The Rock Percent Off Collector, and we're here with another action figure unboxing and review. And today we have an awesome little figure that I was able to pick up actually from a local establishment, which is always cool because you always hear about people saying that a lot of the local toy stores, comic shops have overpriced stuff. But I was lucky enough to find one near to me here in Seattle that had really good prices, which I'll tell you a little bit about later. Um, but this line I didn't actually know about. I mean, of course, I know about Star Trek. I know about Star Trek Enterprise. I know originally it was just called Enterprise. That pissed people off. A lot of people didn't like what happened with Enterprise. It ended up getting canceled pretty early. And was it season 4? Just as actually it was starting to get really good after that Xindi War. And what was interesting about this line here is that they have different figures also based off of specific episodes. So if you've seen like the old Star Trek figures where it'll be like, oh, well, this is Captain Kirk from this, or this is Spock from that. So this one is Ensign Mayweather from Broken Bow, which I think that's the premiere, right? I'm pretty sure it was the premiere where you got this. So I have to say right off the bat, I love just the packaging it comes in. I think that if someone likes Star Trek, they like keeping things in box, this is a really cool looking design. I mean, it has him perfectly centered. Everything looks cool. It has all the little tech gray, because, you know, with the Enterprise NX-01, it was more basic. It didn't have shields. They didn't trust using transporters for people, even though they kind of had to, you know, learn about that pretty quick. So let's get a little bit closer. You can see, it tells you a little bit. Ensign Travis Mayweather, communicator, scanner, Enterprise base, phase 2 pistol. Oops, I had that pointed nowhere. And then 2 sets of hands. So, I mean, that's not bad at all. And you can see back here, so it tells you basically about what's going on in the series. So we know this is long before the original series. Tells you about the other characters that you can have, that you can get. It shows you the different weapons, different things like that. So I have to say, overall, I'm really liking how this looks, and especially at the price that I got it for. So without further ado, let's just open this bad boy up, because that's what I do. I don't keep things in boxes. Alright, so that's pretty painless, right? Alright, so we have the plastic there, but they have some stuff here as well in here. So let's look here. Looks like we got, like, I guess a little coin here. That's cool. It's like, I think the camera wants to pick up the background more than anything else, so gonna have to move Mayweather out of the way so the camera doesn't go crazy. But basically, you can see here. Let me zoom in on it. There we go. So you can see here the little coin that comes with, and that's pretty cool, right? And on the back, you have the picture of the ship. You have the writing Enterprise, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then here we have, I assume this is just the advertisement for other things that they have. But we'll see and confirm that. Yeah, it looks like, oh, it shows you just, yeah, this is just basically like other things that come with the line and stuff like that. So that's cool. And then, so this says it comes with a base, so we have that base here. So it's always, and I always liked the bases that the Star Trek figures came with. Like the old school ones had basically like the little symbol communicator. So I actually like the way how this looks, actually. That's pretty cool. That blue is kind of, is really nice, actually. And it's a wide base. What's interesting though, because I mean, is this really supposed to be the base? Because where would the pegs be? I'm not seeing a peg here, unless I'm blind, which is possible. So That's strange. It's like this has to be a base because I don't see anything else in the packaging, but I don't see anything. Oh no, actually, oh no, I guess I am right. I thought at first I thought I saw something else, but no. So that seems like that's it. So that's kind of strange, but so you can see in the package you have the hands on each side, you have the weapons, you have the communicators. So we're gonna look at all of that. But that's strange. I wonder if anyone knows about if maybe I got a bad base or something, because I saw that he has pegs on his feet, so it's not like, you know, it uses something else, but that's fine. I mean, I got plenty of bases. I also like, if you can see, this pops out. That's kind of interesting. Is it tied from the back? Oh, okay. They actually don't make it difficult. I was thinking it was like a lot more steps to get to it, but no, it actually isn't. Once you pull this out, and you could just pop the hands out. That's kind of cool. Like it's modular. Like down here too. You see, like you pop this out, it's separate, and then once it's separate, it's easier to just peel this and get the pieces out, which I appreciate, because it's like, whether you're doing a YouTube video or not, you don't want to spend all day trying to get the accessories out, right? So I really have to say, I like that. I like the fact that it's all separated and it isn't hard to get the parts out. So you have that, and then you just have Travis left. I think I'm going to use my scissors. See if that's not too difficult to free him using the scissors instead. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they force you to do each twist tie, but in this case, the arms is harder to do than anything. So I guess with the arms, I can just do it the way they want me to. But you can see, oops, I was going the wrong way. You can see they have twists all the way around. So basically 5 different twists. Jeez, that's a lot. So you got one on for each arm, then the waist, and then the legs. So that's a lot, but not bad at all. So obviously these are much larger than the old school figures, you know, like 6-7 inches. But before we look specifically at him, let's look at the accessories. So we'll just start with something simple, which is the hands. So you can see here, he comes with these hands. That's cool. And then the weapon. So this is the pistols that they use, and that's really not bad. I mean, you can see a little bit, looks like the little the way they did the sculpt up here maybe is a little off or something, but that's not bad at all, the pistol that they have. And then you have the communicator. And I mean, for how small, I mean, look how small that is. But you actually get decent detail. I mean, the blue on that and then the silver accents is really nice, especially considering how small. Like even now, I mean, you can't like close it, but that's not bad at all. And then you have the little scanner. I don't think you can do anything else with this, right? No. I was gonna say, but that's again, as far as design for the size, that is not bad at all. I mean, it definitely could look a lot worse than that. So let's zoom out a little bit so we can just see. So as far as articulation, you basically have a lot of the basic articulation. I don't think it's double jointed, but let's start with the feet. So down here you can move around. Basically you could do a pretty good bend with the feet, swivel it all around. Then you got the knees. So that's one, it's not double jointed. So you got the knee there. And then you have kind of the turn a little bit, I guess. Oh, maybe not. It feels like, I thought it was. I thought this was a cut here where you could turn him, but no. And it's interesting because like the outfit is like rubber. So like if you look at this, how this is, like you pull on it, which is interesting. Instead of it being like hard on it. So like down here on the feet, like right here, so it's interesting. So like this here is like harder plastic. Like I can't pull like back here where his calf is, but down here, the cuff at the feet, you can pull. And then you can kind of see, if the camera's picking this up correctly, you can see like right here is it switches from a harder plastic to the rubber here, which is interesting because I personally haven't ran across a figure like that. So you can see like when you, I guess one of the effects is that when you bend the legs, you see what it does to the rubber there. It kind of bunches it up, but if you really think about it, even if you're wearing just pants, I mean, that's what it would do. So I have to say that's interesting there. So it's like you get a waist turn, but again, you see what happens when you turn at the waist. You get to see the actual material move. So we know that the hands come off, so it makes sense that you're able to twist the hands and all that. So here again, it's harder plastic. It's interesting too, like the cuffs here are not that soft rubber, so that's still hard. It looks like all the way up the shoulder is the same way, and it looks like the insignia is not that bad. Like actually, it's not bad detail on that. So you got, of course, you got your elbow bend, and then you got the shoulder, which you can also extend out. So that's cool. And then as far as the head, you can turn it all the way around. You can look a little bit down, not a lot. Looks like you get much more up motion on that. And I have to say, just overall, I'm liking just how it looks. Like the face, I think it's really well done as far as the face sculpt and all that. Like I think it really looks cool. You know, like even the detail on the hair, like you can feel the texture in his hairstyle. And then of course, like the uniform and all that as for Enterprise is basic, but you know, they nail it, and you could even mess up basic as we've seen in other lines. So let's put him on the turntable and take another look. All right, so here he is on the turntable, and as I wasn't mistaken, I thought that he did have pegs on his feet. He does not. So I guess that is why the stand does not have any pegs either. It does make things a little bit more difficult with posing. I do notice that with the way the jumpsuit is, it does make some of the twisting around the waist and just the hips, like moving the hips, rotating the hips, stuff like that, a little bit more difficult. The feet base is not bad at all. So, I mean, it's not like it's hard to get him to stand. But, you know, this is from 2002, so the articulation isn't going to be anything that's wild. Now, one of the gripes or things that just seems weird to me was, so I said that it came with two hands, right? Two extra sets of hands. But here's the thing. They're the exact same hands. So if you look here, you have that and you have that. And then this is the other one. So if we take the pistol out, you have that and you have that. So it's really replacement hands. So that's kind of weird. So of course, because of that size difference, you can put the pistol there, but and I guess it holds, but see, not great. And the smaller items don't in this hand. It's like the communicator, way too small for this open hand. As far as the scanner, it's like you can kind of get a hold if you play around with it, but it's not great either. And the thing about these hands is like you can kind of move it around, but it's not like it's malleable to where like you really close the hand or anything like that. So one of the gripes would be that you kind of am forced to always have him hold everything in this hand, because it's like here, okay, you can put the communicator in and you'll get a decent grip. But in the other hand, it's like no. So I don't really get the idea around giving you the exact same hands besides just losing it. As far as taking the hands off itself, not a problem. You know, that's easy enough. It pops off. You can see the hole there, and just give it a squeeze in. And once it's in, it feels fine. Doesn't feel like it's loose or gonna break or anything. So I have to say, overall, not bad. So as I said, I'm gonna get an extra close so you can see. So as I said, I got this from a local shop. I only paid $5 for this. It was actually marked at $7.50, but they had a deal where if you bought 3, it was 3 for $15. So I've seen these going for upwards around 20 something dollars on eBay, new in the box. So to get it for basically $5 is awesome. So as I said, I think it's pretty decent. You know, for the line and everything. Having the extra hands that just replace the ones you already have is kind of strange. The thing with the jumpsuit is interesting. I don't know if it really does more than it hinders. Because it makes the colors are off because of the different material. I wish there was some kind of pocket or something that could be used to put some of the items, especially considering that really only one hand holds items well. I do like the sculpture of the face, the hair, even the details on the weapons all together. So, I mean, if you like Enterprise, you want to collect these characters, it's a really, good size. I would say it's like 7 inches, right? I believe this is. I thought it was 6, but does it say exactly? It doesn't say on the box, but I think this is 7 inches, not 6. Actually, you know what? I have this here. So it's about 7 inches. So a 7-inch figure. So the thing is, those 5-inch figures aren't going to scale with this, and there's some figures that are around 6 inches that aren't going to scale that well with it. So you're going to have other 7-inch figures, but I did see some of the other in the line. There were actually a couple of other characters at the shop that you could get that matches this size. So overall, I would say I'm pleased, especially because of the price, and it's just nice to have another Star Trek different line than the Playmates line in my collection. Hey, thanks for checking out the channel, and if you like what you've seen, please consider giving us a like, comment, a sub, all that stuff. It really helps the algorithm as we try to make a push to reach out to more collectors that, like me, like to get that discount. Because you know how I say, no discount, no deal. Alright, catch you later.